Shedeur Sanders linked to NFC South in latest trade rumors. Shedeur Sanders linked to NFC South in latest trade rumors originally appeared on Athlon Sports. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders is already turning heads at training camp and has found himself at the center of trade speculation. No surprise as his strong play continues. While Sanders appears to have a legitimate shot at earning playing time during his rookie season, especially given the competition in Cleveland, nothing is guaranteed for the Colorado legend with 4 quarterbacks currently on the roster. That group includes fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, which adds intrigue to the Browns' quarterback room as preseason approaches. The Browns' depth could prompt them to explore trade options, particularly if one of their quarterbacks performs well in the preseason. According to former NFL cornerback Asani Samuel, Sanders could be a name to watch on the trading block. During a recent podcast, Samuel floated the idea that Sanders might attract trade interest from quarterback-needy teams if he excels in Cleveland's preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers on August 8th. He goes out there and does something like he did today, 9 for 9, 2 touchdowns. 32 other teams are watching, Samuel said. Oh man, this might be the first time we see in history that something bizarre happens where a team tries to make a trade for him. 2 teams who could be in the market for another QB are the Indianapolis Colts or New Orleans Saints. Either scenario would present a particularly interesting situation. The New Orleans quarterback situation remains unsettled, and recent reports out of training camp haven't helped. The Times-Picayune's reporter Jeff Duncan noted that Tyler Shaw may have directed the worst 2-minute drive in the history of the NFL during a practice session. While rookie Spencer Rattler has shined and could still emerge as the Saints starter, the team's decision to select Shaw in the second round indicates they're still searching for answers at the position. If Sanders impresses under the lights during preseason, the Browns may find themselves fielding calls, and New Orleans could be among the strongest suitors. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on August 1, 2025, where it first appeared. The heat in Cleveland was heavy, but it couldn't match the rising temperature of the NFL rumor mill. As the Browns continued camp rotations and Shedeur Sanders remained in a fog of uncertainty, limited reps, sporadic practice absences, and mounting scrutiny, reports out of league circles dropped a bombshell. Multiple NFC South teams have inquired about Shedeur Sanders' availability, reported NFL insider Ian Rappaport. Sources say trade talks are preliminary, but interest is real. Just like that, the spotlight shifted, from Ohio's crowded quarterback room to a Southern division that could soon become Shedeur's next proving ground. A fit waiting to happen. The NFC South isn't just intriguing, it's ripe. Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All 4 teams have had unstable quarterback situations in the past few seasons. All 4 have coaches either rebuilding or on the hot seat. All 4 are missing one thing: a young, marketable, dual-threat quarterback with charisma, leadership, and upside. Shedeur Sanders fits that mold better than any available prospect. And now, for the first time since his surprise slide in the 2025 NFL Draft, the narrative feels like it's bending toward opportunity. Atlanta Falcons, prime legacy, hometown energy. Of all the NFC South teams, the Atlanta Falcons make the most poetic and possibly practical sense. The Sanders family has deep Georgia roots. Deion coach prime, Sanders spent 5 years with the Falcons as a player, electrifying the Georgia Dome and establishing himself as one of the league's brightest personalities. Bringing Shedeur to Atlanta would feel like a return of royalty. The Falcons currently have veteran Kirk Cousins starting, but at 37, he's viewed as a short-term bridge. The team has a new offensive coordinator and a talented young core, including Bijan Robinson and Drake London. Pairing that group with Shedeur could spark a renaissance. A source close to the Falcons' front office hinted, "There's real interest. He could sit for half a year behind Kirk, then take over. The city would erupt. And the marketing? Primetime 2.0 in ATL? Unstoppable. New Orleans Saints, silence the dome, light up the bayou." Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints are quietly rebuilding in the shadows. With Derek Carr's contract becoming more expendable by the year and uncertainty around the team's long-term direction, Shedeur could be the lightning bolt they need. The Saints fan base, one of the most passionate in football, has long embraced unique, defiant players. Shedeur, with his polished swagger and unmatched poise, might be the exact kind of quarterback to lead the next era of Who Dat football. Reports say that New Orleans GM Mickey Loomis has done internal evaluations on Sanders dating back to his Colorado days. The Saints passed on him in the draft. They may not want to make that mistake twice. Carolina Panthers. Reset, reignite. Things haven't gone well for the Carolina Panthers and former number 1 pick Bryce Young. Despite flashes, the offense remains stuck, and whispers suggest the coaching staff isn't entirely sold on Young's long-term ceiling. Enter Shedeur Sanders, a QB with size, vision, and command. His calm presence in the pocket contrasts with Young's improvisational chaos, and Carolina may see him as a more sustainable leader. An anonymous Panthers assistant reportedly said, "Shedeur's maturity is what impressed us most. He plays like a vet. We could use that." Could Carolina try to shake things up midseason? Stranger things have happened in Charlotte. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker's bandage or Shedeur's shot. Baker Mayfield earned a short extension in Tampa after a bounce-back year, but even Bucs fans know he's not the future. Tampa's offensive line is aging, and they've struggled to attract a long-term quarterback since Tom Brady's retirement. The idea of building around Shedeur, giving him time to learn behind Baker, then launching a new era, has some front office appeal, especially in a state like Florida, where prime-time roots and Sanders family lore still linger. One scout put it bluntly, "Tampa needs juice. Shedeur brings it." Shedeur's camp reacts quietly. The Sanders camp hasn't spoken directly on trade speculation, but sources say Shedeur is aware and intrigued. While he remains professional in Cleveland, the lack of clarity around his future has worn thin. He expected to compete, not sit behind 2 journeymen and be leapfrogged by a 6th-rounder. Close family friend and former NFL player Adam Pacman Jones appeared on a podcast saying, "I can tell you this, Shedeur won't sit around as a third-stringer long. He's too good, and the league knows it." Coach Prime keeps the flame alive. Deion Sanders hasn't commented directly on the trade rumors, but in a video posted to his Instagram, he spoke with pointed wisdom. When God's got a plan for you, sometimes he needs to remove you from comfort and drop you in the fire. That's where champions are forged. The caption, "Don't mistake stillness for silence." #21offspring.